And we're back for week 2 of the NFL season. I'm going to go through and predict every single game on the schedule. And you could stick around and find out if I think your team's going to win or not. Listen, week 1, there's not a lot to go off of. You're kind of going off of last year and a little bit of, well, what can they be this year? Well, I went 11-5 through the whole week. And then against the spread, I was 8-8. But listen, who gives a fuck about against the spread? Where I did struggle was my upsets. I picked 6 upsets, and I only got 2 of them correct. And then I picked 3 locks of the week, and I got 2 of them correct. Obviously, Cincinnati, they absolutely shit down my throat. But hopefully, now that we've seen all of these teams in action, I could get more of them correct. So it's Tuesday at the time of recording this because I want to get it out by Wednesday, and I got to throw a video together, do the timestamps thing. I mean, it's a whole lot of shit. Too much for my brain to handle in one sitting. So let's just get this started first. Let's start off with Thursday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills taking on my Miami Dolphins. Listen, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I had a whole video on it. But I'm taking the Dolphins. Miami minus 2.5 in this one. I got the Dolphins winning 31-28. Am I confident in that? Absolutely not. Do not bet on this football game. I have no idea who's going to win. Literally, this might be the game I am the most unsure of through the whole slate. So there's that. I would stay away from this one as a gambling man. Let's move into Sunday. The 1 o'clock games. The home opener for the Baltimore Ravens. We got ourselves a lock here, baby. They're taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, who obviously barely could move the ball at all against the Chargers last week. The Ravens are minus 9.5. They're coming off of a mini bye week. Give me the Ravens. 45-14 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints, who are 1-0 against the 1-0 Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is minus 6.5 in this game. New Orleans coming off of that domination win against the Panthers, who might not win a game this year. I mean, that team fucking stinks. And then Dallas, who dominated the Cleveland Browns, and Deshaun Allegations Watson. Allegations. Anyway, I've got Dallas winning this game 28-24, and that's just how I feel about it. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks, 1-0, coming off of their win against the Denver Broncos, and the home opener for the New England Patriots, who shocked the world on Sunday by beating the Cincinnati Bengals. Seattle is still the favorite by 3.5, and it was hard for me to predict this one. But give me Seattle, 24-21. I need to see it again from New England before I can believe my eyes. It's like that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs takes off his eyeballs and rubs them on his shirt and then puts them back on to make sure what he's seeing is really what I'm seeing. That's what I'm doing right now to the New England Patriots. All right, you want me to believe? I gotta see it again. So that's where I'm at with them, and we'll move on to another lock. The San Francisco 49ers, who absolutely cream-pied the return of Aaron Rodgers, and the New York Jets, are taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold, former Jet quarterback, absolutely shit all over the Giants. San Francisco's minus 6 in this game. I'm taking San Fran 28-20. I don't think Minnesota's going to be able to move the football very well against that Niners defense. I mean, they look like monsters out there, man. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts, who are coming off of their close loss to the Houston Texans, headed to Green Bay to take on the 0-1 Green Bay Packers, who not only lost their first game, but will be without Jordan Love for a few weeks. Malik Lewis, I I think that's his name, will be taking the helm for the Packers. Indy's -3. I'm not going to sit here and act like I got a damn clue if Malik Willis is going to be any good, but I'll tell you this much. Anthony Richardson, pressure in his face, flicked his wrist, and that ball went like 65 for a touchdown. Listen, I'm no arm queen, but that shit was incredible. Give me the Indianapolis Colts, 24-10. I'm on the hype train, baby. I am on the Anthony Richardson hype train. Moving on, we've got the Los Angeles Chargers headed to Carolina, and it's a lock. Anything with the Panthers is a lock. Chargers are -6.5. Carolina just fucking sucks. Give me the Chargers, 38-13. A good stat pad game for Justin Herbert there. Justin Midbert, as I like to call him. He'll have a good game on Sunday. Next up, we've got the 0-1 New York Giants, who laid an egg against the Washington Commanders? The Washington Commanders, who are also 0-1. Almost said Redskins there for a second. Obviously, their rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, looked okay, not spectacular, looked like a rookie. Daniel Jones seems to have regressed to being a rookie. But, listen, I'm taking the Giants, 27-23 in this one. And here's why. One, I thought the Giants were underrated going into this year. And after week 1, I certainly feel like I looked like a fool. But I can't go out like that. I'm doubling down. I think the New York Giants are better than what they presented in week 1. And I also think, listen, those uniforms were inspired by some shit from like the 1950s. All right? Maybe that's what held them back. I don't know. But we'll see. Give me the Giants. Next up, we got the New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. Jets are -3.5. Give me the upset in this one. The Jets just got creamed by San Francisco. Tennessee loses a heartbreaker to Chicago. I think that Tennessee defense can hang with that Jet offense, and that Jet defense has also seemed to have regressed, at least after 1 week. Give me Tennessee 23-21 for my second upset of the week. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield. He had 4 touchdowns in week 1 against the Detroit Lions, who are also 1-0. Lions are -7. Give me Detroit here, 30-20. I actually bounced back and forth with this one because I thought Tampa's a team that could probably hang with Detroit. And I still think that. I'm open to this possibly being an upset, but I don't know. I can't in good faith. It's too far-fetched. All right, I can't jump off the cliff. But if Tampa Bay wins, I'll be more inclined to jump off the cliff in the future. Next up, we got the Cleveland Allegations taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are -3 in this game, coming off their loss to Miami, that heartbreaking loss. And then the Browns, they got their shit smacked by the Dallas Cowboys. But listen, I'm taking the upset. Give me Cleveland 21-20. Here's why. This is a must-win for Deshaun Watson. All right, this is a must-win for the Cleveland Browns. Watson can't come out flat in this game. All right, because they're throwing out allegations that this guy is... I can't even say what the allegations say this guy did, but from what they're saying, it's enough for them to throw away his contract. And I'm not saying it's right. It's not right. But them throwing away the contract is not going to be based on allegations. It's going to be based on his performance. If Deshaun Watson goes out there and starts balling out like he did in the early days in Houston, they're going to be like, these are just allegations. I mean, how can we punish a guy for allegations? But if he goes out there and stinks it up, they're going to go, yeah, this guy's a terrible guy. Get him out of the NFL. Get him out of here. So for that reason, I think there'll be an element of desperation from the Browns, pushing it downfield a little bit, probably catch Jacksonville off guard. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams 0-1. Los Angeles minus 1.5 in this game. Arizona coming off of that loss to the Buffalo Bills. They were so close. They were so close to getting that upset. And then LA lost in overtime to the Detroit Lions. I think this is one that Los Angeles needs. And I think the Cardinals' defense was very suspect. So give me the Rams, 34-27 in this game. All right, next up, the Cincinnati Bengals are headed to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Best quarterback in football, Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs looked fantastic in Week 1. They're -6 in this game. This is a lock, man. If Cincinnati wins this game, then this shit's scripted. Because everything we've seen in Week 1 is going to tell us that Kansas City's going to dog walk these guys. Give me the Chiefs. 31-16. It's a lock. All right, next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers are headed to Denver. Pittsburgh's the favorite by 2.5 in this game. That's a surprise to me because I'm taking the upset. Pittsburgh did beat Atlanta last week. Denver lost to Seattle. All right, not pretty from either team, but Pittsburgh, it doesn't seem like they've fixed that offense. All field goals. I have no confidence Pittsburgh could find a way into the end zone more than maybe once a game, if that. So give me the Broncos, 17-16. Should be a close one. All right, Sunday Night Football. We're into the primetime matchups now, baby. We got the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams. First primetime game taking on the Houston Texans. Houston's -7. Chicago beat Tennessee. They found a way to grit out an ugly one. Houston beat Indianapolis. Divisional matchup. Give me Houston. All right, give me Houston, 35-20. I think Caleb, there's something there, but he's clearly a rookie. I mean, I know he showed off in the preseason, but the defenses aren't vanilla anymore. And it seems to have surprised him a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. Next up, the last game of the week. What a shitty game to end the week off, huh? I got a lock here. The Atlanta Falcons headed to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. The Eagles are -6.5. Obviously, Atlanta lost to Pittsburgh. I predicted that, by the way. I picked that upset. That was one of my W's last week. And Philly beat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, look, give me Philly 27-14. I don't know if Kirk Cousins is 100%. I don't know. I don't even know if he'll finish the game if that Eagles defense gets on him early. We'll see what happens. But those are my predictions for Week 1. I'm sticking with them. We'll see what happens. And then next week, I'll have a fuller record. I'm shooting for 13-3. All right, 13-3 in Week 2. We'll see what happens. All right.